Donald Trump is losing patience with Vladimir Putin. After promises of ceasefire negotiations that have consistently fallen through and escalating attacks on both sides led to death and destruction over the weekend, Donald Trump lost it at Putin today during a doorstop interview.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
President, what do you want to do about that?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake. All right, any other questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
The president's stern words came after a weekend of heavy fighting in the war zone, which claimed the lives of at least 13 Ukrainian citizens, including 3 children. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky unleashed on Putin in a lengthy post on X, saying, "Nearly 300 attack drones were launched by Russians overnight, most of them Shaheds. In addition, almost 70 missiles of various types were fired, including ballistic ones. The targets were Kiev and the region. Each such terrorist Russian strike is a sufficient reason for new sanctions against Russia. Russia is dragging out this war and continues to kill every day. The world may go on a weekend break, but the war continues, regardless of weekends and weekdays. This cannot be ignored. Silence of America, silence of others around the world only encourage Putin. Without truly strong pressure on the Russian leadership, this brutality cannot be stopped. Sanctions will certainly help. Determination matters now. The determination of the United States, of European countries, and of all those around the world who seek peace. The world knows all the weaknesses of the Russian economy. The war can be stopped, but only through the necessary force of pressure on Russia. Putin must be forced to think not about launching missiles, but about ending the war." But online commentators aren't buying Zelensky's propaganda, particularly as he has been accused of stringing out the war by refusing to agree to terms of a ceasefire in recent times.
As regards the red lines, as the president of my country, I can tell you that me, myself, and the people of my country will never break constitution. They will always be defending our land, our lives. It's not easy to fight against an enemy like that, but this is our fight for independence. So we are not going to recognize any territories occupied by the Russian territory. This is for a fact. Our people were fighting for it. Our heroes fought for that. Wounded, killed, many of them. No one will forget about that. And when I say that no one will forget about that, I want to say that this is the most important red line. We will never let anyone forget about this crime against Ukraine.
This commentator said, "I wish your determination to understand and fix the situation you're currently in matched the determination you have to complain about it online." And this commentator agreed, saying, "You've painted the Ukrainians you've enslaved into a corner. America is finished with the war. You insist on continuing. Good luck to you and Europe." The Trump administration has always been very patient with Russia and Putin, always open to negotiation and an end to the war.
One open question is Vladimir Putin serious about negotiating peace, right? He has made some concessions. He has taken some serious steps in these conversations, but we feel like, we're at a point where we're hitting an impasse, and that's why the president is talking to him on the phone. Yeah, I think honestly that President Putin, he doesn't quite know how to get out of the war. If you think about this, he's got 1 million men under arms. He's re-engineered his entire economy. What used to be manufacturing facilities making, products for people to use in their civilian life, they're now making tank shells and artillery shells and drones. And so this is a little bit of guess, but I think the president would agree that part of this is I'm not sure that Vladimir Putin has a strategy himself for how to unwind the war, of course, that's been going on for a few years now. And I think there's also just a little bit of, look, there's fundamental mistrust.
But this latest attack has forced the US to stop playing the nice guy with Trump, saying he absolutely will put sanctions on Russia.
Iran talks. I can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. I can tell you the Iran talks have been going very well.
And you said you're unhappy.
And I'd love that to happen because I'd love to see no bombs dropped and a lot of people dead. I really would like to see that happen. And I think there's a good chance that it could happen.
You mentioned you're unhappy with President Putin. You've talked before about putting more sanctions on Russia. Is that something you're considering more seriously?
Absolutely.